Miss Tejasri Kosbe, lecturer from Praveen Patil Polytechnic Bhayandar. My topic is Fundamentals of Measurement, Part 4. Learning Outcomes. At the end of the video, you will learn about static characteristics of measurement system and dynamic characteristics of measurement system. First one is static characteristics. The set of criteria defined for the instruments which are used to measure the quantities which are slowly varying with time or mostly constant, that is, do not vary with time, is called static characteristics. So basically, static characteristics are the characteristics which do not vary with time, or you can say constant. The various static characteristics are: first is accuracy, second precision, third sensitivity, fourth linearity, fifth reproducibility, sixth repeatability, seventh resolution, eighth threshold, ninth drift, 10th stability, 11th tolerance, 12th range or span. First one is accuracy. It is the degree of closeness with which the reading approaches the true value of the quantity to be measured. So the value we measured and the actual value, when they are equal, then we can say we achieve the accuracy. The accuracy can be expressed in following ways. First is point accuracy. Such accuracy is specified at only one particular point of scale. It does not give any information about the accuracy at any other point on the scale. Second, accuracy as percentage of scale span. When an instrument has uniform scale, its accuracy may be expressed in terms of scale range. So when the instrument has uniform scale, then only the accuracy expressed as scale range. Third, accuracy as percentage of true value. The best way to conceive the idea of accuracy is to specify it in terms of the true value of the quantity being measured. Next term is precision. It is the measure of reproducibility, that is, given a fixed value of the quantity, precision is a measure of the degree of agreement within a group of measurements. The precision is composed of two characteristics. First is conformity. Consider a resistor having true value as 23,85,692, which is being measured by an ohm meter, but the reader can read consistently a value as 2.4 million due to the non-availability of proper scale. The error created due to the limitation of the scale reading is a precision error. So the actual value is 23,85,692, but the reader can read only 2.4 million. So he got the error, which is called as precision error. Means his reading is not accurate, but you can say nearly accurate, or he got some error in it. Second, number of significant figures. The precision of the measurement is obtained from the number of significant figures in which magnitude and the measurement precision of the quantity. The precision can be mathematically expressed as P is equal to 1 minus xn bar upon xn bar, where P is equal to precision, xn is the value of nth measurement, and xn bar is the average value, the set of measurement values. Next term is sensitivity. The sensitivity denotes the smallest change in the measured variable to which the instrument responds. It is defined as the ratio of changes in the output of an instrument to a change in the value of the quantity to be measured. So basically, sensitivity is the ratio of change in output upon change in input. So mathematically it is expressed as sensitivity is equal to infinitesimal change in output upon infinitesimal change in input, that is equal to delta Q0 upon delta Qi. In figure you can see on x-axis you can see there is input which is denoted by Qi, and on y-axis you can see output which is denoted by Q0. So sensitivity is delta Q0 upon delta Qi. So delta is for change in and Q0 is output. Thus, if the calibration curve is linear as shown, the sensitivity of the instrument is the slope of the calibration curve. If the calibration curve is not linear as shown, then the sensitivity varies with the input. Inverse sensitivity or deflection factor is defined as the reciprocal of sensitivity. Inverse sensitivity or deflection factor is equal to 1 upon sensitivity, which is given by delta Qi upon delta Q0. Next term is linearity. The linearity is defined as the ability to reproduce the input characteristics symmetrically and linearly. The curve shows the actual calibration curve and idealized straight line. So in this figure you can see same input is on x-axis, output is on y-axis, and if output varies with input, then we get the straight line, but which is ideal condition. So ideal straight line you can see in this diagram, but actual we get some curve. So percentage nonlinearity is given by maximum deviation of output from idealized straight line to full scale reading. Next term is reproducibility. It is the degree of closeness with which a given value may be repeatedly measured. It is specified in terms of scale readings over a given period of time. Next term is repeatability. It is defined as the variation of scale reading and it is random in nature. Next one is drift. Drift may be classified into 3 categories. First one is zero drift, next is span drift, and another is zonal drift. So zero drift. If the whole calibration gradually shifts due to slippage, permanent state, or due to undue warming up of electronic tube circuits, zero drift sets in. So in this figure you can see zero drift characteristics. Second diagram. Next one is span drift or sensitivity drift. If there is proportional change in the indication all along the upward scale, the drift is called span drift or sensitivity drift. So the figure first is for span drift. You can see the characteristics of span drift which are shown by the straight line which are on the upward scale to the nominal characteristics which are shown by dotted line. Third one is zonal drift. In case the drift occurs only a portion of span of an instrument, it is called zonal drift. So zonal drift occurs in only small portion of the span. So it is called as zonal drift. Next term is resolution. If the input is slowly increased from some arbitrary input value, it will again be found that output does not change at all until a certain increment is exceeded. This increment is called resolution. So, resolution is when input is slowly increased from some value and if the output does not change when certain increment is achieved, then that increment is called as resolution. Next term is threshold. If the instrument input is increased very gradually from 0, there will be some minimum value below which no output change can be detected. So threshold is, we can say, some limit. So below that value there is no output change until and unless you cross that value. So this minimum value defines the threshold of the instrument. Next term is stability. It is the ability of an instrument to retain its performance throughout its specified operating life. Next one is tolerance. The maximum allowable error in the measurement is specified in terms of some value which is called tolerance. So tolerance is maximum allowable limit which is called as tolerance. Plus or minus, in tolerance is defined in plus or minus values. Next one is range or span. The minimum and maximum values of a quantity for which an instrument is designed to measure is called its range or span. So minimum and maximum values. So if we consider one example of ammeter which has ranges 0 to 10. So this is that range of an meter. Next is dynamic characteristics. The set of criteria defined for the instrument which changes rapidly with time is called dynamic characteristics. So static characteristics are the characteristics which do not vary with time, and dynamic characteristics are the characteristics which rapidly vary with time. The various dynamic characteristics are: first one is speed of response, second is measuring lag, third is fidelity, and fourth is dynamic error. So there are 4 characteristics which are dynamic, that is which are changing with time. First one is fidelity. It is defined as the degree to which a measurement system indicates changes in the measured quantity without dynamic error. So basically fidelity is the change in measured quantity without dynamic error. Next term is dynamic error. It is the difference between the true value of the quantity changing with time and the value indicated by the measurement system if no static error is assumed. So basically error is the difference between the true value and measured value. So dynamic error is difference between true value of the quantity with change in time and the measured value if there is no static error assumed. It is also called as measurement error. Next term is speed of response. The speed of response is defined as the rapidity with which a measurement system responds to a changes in the measured quantity. So you can say speed of response means the rapidity in measurement system to respond to any change in measured quantity is called as speed of response. Last term is measuring lag. It is the retardation or delay in the response of a measurement system to changes in the measured quantity. So measuring lag is the delay in response to change in measured quantity, any change in measured quantity. The measuring lags are of two types. First is retardation type. In this case, the response of the measurement system begins immediately after the change in measured quantity has occurred. Second, time delay lag. In this case, the response of the measurement system begins after a date time after the application of the input.